All right, welcome back. Now that you've had some time to play around with how to create the different types of notes, I want to show you some other Google Keep features. The first thing I want to show you is how to add a reminder to a note. Maybe you have to schedule an IEP meeting with a parent and you really need to remember to call that parent. You can use Google Keep to remind you to contact that parent. So let's try it. We're going to add a new note, and this is going to be call Sally's mom. And the note can simply be schedule IEP meeting. Now, in order to set up that reminder, you're going to need to click on this little remind me icon. It looks like a hand with a little string tied around a finger. And here you have different options. You can pick a date and time. You can pick a place. Maybe I want it later today, so I'm going to click that. I'm going to go back, though, and I'm going to change the time. So maybe I want it at a different time. Let's do by 1 p.m., so you have to call her before school is out. And obviously there's a repeat, and you have options there as well. I'm going to press save. So here it says reminder at today, 1 p.m. Obviously you can change that to a date in advance or a time in advance. Very easy. And what's that actually might pop up with a window. Mine doesn't because I've already had it saved, but there should be a little browser notification box. I would click yes for that as well, just so that you can have it pop up on your screen if you are indeed using a computer at that time. I'm going to press done. So now we have that on our note. You can actually change the color of that as well, so I'll do that. All right, so another cool thing you can do with Google Keep is that you can share notes with someone else. So I personally like to share my grocery list with my husband. So that way when he thinks of anything that he or we may need, he has access to the grocery list. So let's try that. Remember, you can simply add a list by clicking the list icon. And I'm going to title it grocery list. And let's see, we need bread, milk, and eggs. And now I want to share that with somebody. So I'm going to hover over this little man with a plus sign. It says share. Click there. And my husband's name already pops up here. So I'm going to press save. And I'm going to give this a color. And I'm going to press done. Now, how do I know that it's shared with somebody? This little icon comes up, and you can click it, and it will tell you who it's shared with. And you can delete them from sharing that note at any particular time. Students could easily use this sharing tool to share notes with one another for a test. So a teacher could make a note with a specific list of websites that they want their students to use and then share it with their students as well. So those are just a couple of different possibilities for the sharing feature on Google Keep. Another Google Keep option is to add a particular label to your notes, and this would be great if you were taking notes for 3 different classes. You could add a label for the particular class in order to better organize your notes. Google has some pre-made suggestions for these 3 labels, so if you come over here to this menu bar, it has labels of inspiration, personal, and work, and you can go ahead and you can either delete those or change them if you want. But let's try to add a note and then create a label for it. So I'm just going to make a random note. Whoops. And type something in there. And how do we add that label? Let's see. We're going to go to the done aspect, and here's my note. I'm going to go to these 3 little dots, and here we have add label. So you can either choose those 3 that were pre-made, or you can enter your own label. So maybe this is for Spanish class. And I will enter that. And so now you see a little label that has popped up with Spanish class. Now you can go through and sort your notes by just what label they have on there. So if I had more things that had the label of Spanish, those would obviously pop up here. And like I said, just go back to this area if you want and go to all notes to see everything. All right, remember how to delete a note? Remember, we simply hover over the 3 dots and we delete it. Well, what if you'd rather save your note for a later time instead of deleting them? Well, we can archive the note. And you can do this by, obviously, hovering over let's open the note. And this is where we get another little icon. It looks like a box with a arrow on it. And obviously when you hover it over it, you can see that it says archive. And if we click that, it takes it away from our main page of notes. And now it's going to be listed under our archive. And here's that note. And you can move that at any time. So if I hover over that, I can unarchive it, and it will go back in my regular notes. And there it is. All right, so those are some other little features of Google Keep that I'd love for you to play around with. Have fun!